Of course, right when I yawn. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another thrilling episode of The Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York, the werewolf venue. We are setting this scene on the Sept of the Green, of course, because I can rarely be much of anywhere else just yet. And we are, in fact, going to set it at the general area of the Cub Cabins. It is a pretty spiffy layout. They've got a large veiled section of the park that includes both this and, after a bit of a stretch, the Cairn Heart itself. But in this particular little locale, there are, in particular, three cabins up above our tree houses. But centermost is the, well, most interesting cabin, as it seems to grow rooms and appliances willy-nilly without explanation, which would be the Den Father's cabin. And sitting somewhere between maybe 12, maybe 15 feet in front of it, nobody can decide, is the Rock, which is where the Wormfoe resides. It has his little bulletin board propped up against it. And then off to the right and left of the Den Father's cabin are probably somewhat larger cabins, as they are several rooms apiece, for the boys and the girls, for the cubs. And off beyond those, just a bit to the side, is something of a mounded area, kind of a hill of sorts, that very plainly has a number of dens dug into it. One of them being something more akin to a black hole or a horrifying pit, but you know, that's how Stoneclaw do. Because she's gigantic and she needs a bigger den for her body to fit in. So, from wherever Alana intends to approach, she will probably come the area. There are stargazer kinfolk, you know, moving around, doing their thing, up in the tree houses and whatnot, down on the ground, just doing what kinfolk do. And while nobody else seems to be conspicuously present, except maybe Kumba, because he just came in, Stoneclaw is out and very blatantly, very shamelessly sunbathing in a sprawl in the grass, tongue lolling, just completely blissfully happy.
Alana was over checking out the board that she'd been introduced to the day before, trying to keep up on what's going around as she's getting more familiar with things. And she notices Stoneclaw and Kumba, and she's trying to make a good impression. So she wants to be social. She misses people. So she's gonna head over towards Stoneclaw, who seems to be enjoying the sun, and
She is. And most of what she's going to do as Alana comes closer is just kind of slowly tilt her head just a little further back. She was already kind of in a splay, so it only works out so well, but she's trying.
hello there, pup. How are you today?
Hello. I'm warm. It's good.
Aye. It's nice to get a bit of warm as the chill sets in.
Yes. And where is Kumba, just to get him situated in the scene?
Mm. Kumba, yeah, Kumba at this point, after taking the time to dig his den, has walked out for the day, seeing Alana and Stoneclaw, hearing the voices. And he noticed Stoneclaw doing her normal puppy things and Alana being nearby, and he'll paw himself over there and... Greetings, Alana.
Hello there. How are you today?
I'm doing alright. What brings you over to the Cub Cabins?
I'm just getting a lay of the land, and
Yeah. Like, good, good.
I saw a familiar face, so I thought I'd be sociable and say hello.
Well, I'm very sure Stoneclaw very much appreciates that.
Stoneclaw continues to lay in a ridiculous splay, like at least one leg just straight up in the air. Yes.
Oh, have you met the other theater of the set? There are actually a lot of us here.
I've met Ellie, and you, and Ping, and then Tlate.
And his ears kind of twitch when you say Ellie. It's like, I keep hearing about her, but I haven't actually talked to her yet.
She is nice. She brings barbecue. Is good. Big tray.
Aye. Her kinfolk like to cook. Leastwise, from what she says.
And I think her and her kinfolk will get along with me very well then.
I don't see why she wouldn't. She seems quite polite and friendly.
They're like, that's good. I don't know. These days, people have been, let's just say, on edge. So,
Aye. People always seem on edge anymore. Doesn't matter where you are. Something's in the air.
I am not on edge. I am on ground. Is good.
and Kumbo will look over to Stoneclaw. It's a term Homage use when you're on alert.
She considers this for a moment. You can practically hear the gears turning. Her ear twitches a couple times, like rhythmically, as she processes this. Am ready. If something comes, I will bite it.
Lost the spirit.
Yes. Is my job. Is what I do.
And I'm sure you're going to be mighty fine at it.
Yes.
She's proven herself many times, as far as I've heard. And I've seen her in a fight before. She's very good.
Wonderful, then. She'll make quite a name for herself.
Yes. But I have to get bigger and stronger, like Father Wolf.
Do remember...
Very big.
Oops, sorry.
She just probably talks over him to say that one little thing. Be like, very big.
Yeah. But do remember, Stoneclaw, that not everything can be solved by biting it.
She looks askance at him, like she disbelieves. Like the what?
And as he sees that reaction, like the Ragabashes and us the Urges, we're not the best at biting things, but we have other ways to help defeat our enemies.
Yes. But my problem solving is biting.
Well,
Other things are not my job.
He chuckles at that. It's good to cover all the aspects of battle, so you should spend some time working on your guile.
What is guile?
It's like being sneaky.
Am already sneaky.
And it just kind of twitch on that. Because he's never heard her say that before, and that's kind of disturbing for how big she is.
Isn't it, though?
I don't know. She could probably sneak up behind you, catch you by surprise, if she really wanted to.
And again, Goomba's ears twitch.
Surprise bites are even better than normal bites.
Aye. But it'll all be in fun for now.
Yes. Only bite sept mates for challenges.
And Kumbo go, how are you on your pack tactics?
She kind of, again, the ears kind of twitch askance to where, you've got one going one way, one going the other. It is, again, just kind of the buh expression.
And Kumba, he kind of starts. He's moving his tail a bit, and you can tell he's trying to think, like, what's the proper way to explain this to a lupus?
I know how to hunt in pack.
Do you know how to use your environment?
You mean to sneak?
Not always sneak. Sometimes used to guard things or to give yourself an advantage.
I know how to use bait. Worked very good.
And Kumba will nod at that and like, that's good.
Attacking from above can be good too. Most people don't tend to look up.
Well, we don't really fly too well, so the landing is something I always worry about.
Stoneclaw tips her head back again and starts just kind of looking around to decide what is up. There's a lot of trees. She has no faith in those trees to hold her.
Like using a rock crop to jump on those walking below it.
Oh. Yes, I like this. Excuse me.
Have you seen the dead mother of late? I don't know if she's going to be training me or not. I just haven't seen her.
I think she is off. Not here yet. Not here now.
And I haven't seen the Den Father either. And he starts kind of scratching himself with his hind legs, a bit nervously.
Den Father is busy, does training in mornings, spends day doing half-moon duties, taking care of kin. Will be in his cabin in the evening when sun is low.
And after Kuma gets done scratching, he nods to that.
Yes. AKA Bob works, so he's only on in the late evenings.
And Kumba will go to a lot. What you said you deal a lot with people and family. So, like, for the nation, are you hoping to be, I guess, an inspiration or a support? And his ears kind of twitch. Well, like you definitely tell in his face he's not sure what the word he wants to use. But
Well, at the moment, I'm mostly a healer.
you could definitely use
I could
that.
see myself one day becoming a den mother myself, though.
He's good for when things bite back. Stoneclaw finally, laboriously heaves herself onto her belly, goes about getting her feet under her, and just idly strides over to Kumba. Unless he's going to react funny, she'll just come over and start snuffling him over. It's the whole, where have you been? Who do you know? What are you doing? Like, snuffle, snuffle, snuffle to get as much information as possible.
Yeah. He just kind of, if she starts pushing on him, he'll kind of, twist and turn because he doesn't like getting pushed on. But other than that, he doesn't resist you.
Oh, no. At worst, she'll poke him a couple times with her nose in the process.
Yeah.
Because if he's not really reacting, then she will be thorough and give him a proper snuffle.
But if anything, you just smell mainly dirt. He's been in his den. Possibly, if there is any smells from the Umbra, he went sideways a few times down under there.
I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think that's a thing. Either way, she learns that post-training he has been in his den today. And seeing as Alana has allowed her to do the same thing in the past, she'll wander over to her and give her the same sort of snuffle over.
And she'll just smile at her.
She kind of twitches her ears a bit, And sets like initially when the smile comes up, she kind of pauses and hesitates.
She'll give you a
Kumba,
nod.
Is is good to learn now before you meet smiles. The Hamid smiling is, and she does her best to mimic a smile, which looks an awful lot like snarling on a muzzle. And then
That's
just
very
kind of
true.
laxes her face.
I'll
Is
definitely keep that in mind.
yes,
Thank you.
yes. Is why I smile like this. And she like pops her maw open, tongue loll and all. Like it's that like cliche dopey dog look, but it works to convey the idea.
Lana chuckles at it.
And reassured that this was not meant to be a snarl, she will go ahead and amble a little closer and snuffle her over and probably plunk down next to her. Or between them, I guess, as it were.
She smells like cardboard, some dust, and Starbucks.
Yes!
Oh, and mint chocolate chip ice cream.
She may end up with like a nose right up, in the lip and nose area, just like snuff, 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 snuff. Because she knows what mint is. It goes in sweet things. Sweet things are good. She's definitely giving you the what did you eat today treatment.
Alana, you from further to the east in Europe, or just family culture? With your accent, I'm rather curious.
Ireland.
I hear the fields there are beautiful.
Aye, they are. And they're not dotted with cities like they are here. It's a lot more open space.
Well,
Stoneclaw has become interested.
then, well, Americans, well, us Americans, and that's like I'm not included, very big on the whole progress thing, which I'm not against, but there are times where I think we overdo it.
Progress should be for making things better, not just for making things bigger.
So, in the place you come from, there is not more scar than Gaia.
No, most of it's still pretty open. A few small villages here and there, but nothing like New York.
I would like to see a place like this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not saying you guys don't have pavement, but a lot of your roads, especially in the villages and towns, they're still made out of stone, right?
Aye, cobblestone or gravel. Easy to replace when parts get broken. Or just fill in the hole.
Stoneclaw doesn't know what these things are, but she's excited about them. She is now idly, kind of lazily tail thumping the ground.
Gravel's like little tiny rocks, but a lot of them, like more than the trees in the park, put together to make a path.
So path is made of Gaia.
Yes, aye, that it is. And cobblestones are similar, but they're bigger, and she'll make a shape of like 4 or 5 inches across, somewhere around this big, placed next to each other, so that they don't have very much space between them, and they make a path as well.
Sounds better than city paths.
The word is pavement, and they have their uses.
They
Pavement
have
is,
uses for humans. We do
Uh,
not need it.
yeah, and Kumba nods to that.
They need it for their boxes.
Uh, that, and they feel that they have a lot of, let's say, care for their boxes, so they find gravel and cobblestone damaging to the boxes.
That's why having just the simple wagons and horses in some places are better. It's easy to replace a bit of wood. If you're really worried, you can strap it in steel. But it's not necessary.
What is steel?
It's a metal. Very hard. Taken from the mother. Melted down and shaped.
Is from when they dig up her bones. Yes?
Aye, unfortunately.
She kind of does like the little grumble snort.
That's why I tend to just walk when I can. It's a lot simpler.
Yes. I do not like going in the boxes.
They can get you places quick, but out here, they've got so much traffic, it's unbelievable. Take you just as long to walk sometimes.
I always find it ironic in such a city with all the cars. There are still a lot that do only walk or ride the buses or use other modes of transportation because things are so jammed together. But but in comparison to other places, the car is the most efficient way to travel. So I always find it ironic.
I think they just have too many people here. Crammed in.
But not every city is like this, and this is a city, not a town or a village. And there's just as many towns and villages as there are cities. So can't lose track of that.
I'd hate to think that they're all like this. Cities, that is.
No, there's other cities, but I would say the ones that you hear in the news or in the movies, they're all like this.
That's a pity.
Understandable, because people look for jobs. And
Aye, that's why we're here.
and Kumba at this point will just kind of start going over the stone claw, and he'll actually start smelling her. Does she respond?
Yeah, that kind of approach she's pretty mellow on. She just continues lounging. He can snuffle away.
And he's not really looking for animation. It's more like, I need to get used to like doing this. I don't do this very often, so I'm not in lupus very often. Oh, and as he gets done snuffling her, with this Ellie theurge, what tribe does she represent?
She's, Uktena, I think she said.
Hmm. Oh, that's odd. Couture never brings her up, though she is new, so I should understand that.
Yes, very new.
Aye, she said she arrived just recently.
Yeah. So, where does she hail from?
Somewhere much warmer than here.
Like what? Mississippi, Louisiana?
I'd say somewhere islandy.
Hmm.
Maybe
So,
Hawaii.
hmm.
I don't know specifically.
Good with you.
She did make mention of the unicorn tribe, I think. So if that gives you any specifics.
Hmm. Hmm. And he thinks about it for a moment. Goes, "Have you met the other cubs besides that? Well, besides really Stoneclaw?"
Talate.
And his ears kind of go down when he hears that. I hope she wasn't as sour as she normally is.
Well, that depends. How sour is she normally?
Mm. And his ears again his ears twitch about that. She's very quiet. If not, she's very moody.
I'm gonna guess she was about like normal then.
She has lost her litter mate.
Aye. She told me
Should
she
she
doesn't
be
need any
happy?
more help though. So
She's being stubborn and closed-minded. At least that's how I think of it. But as far as I can tell right now, we don't agree on a lot of things. But I hope I can change that.
it's gonna take a lot, I think. She's very set in her ways. Especially for one so young.
Mm.
Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
Everything has its point. And if one becomes too rigid, one becomes easily broken. I have nothing against traditions and laws, but there is a point where they can be overzealous.
She gives herself a slight chuckle. Aye, sometimes the spirit is more important than the letter.
Hmm. I don't know. She says she hails from the Wendigo, so I know they have a lot of baggage when it comes to that particular tribe. And I understand their pain and their frustration, but it it can only last. It should only last so long.
One would hope. And she glances over to Stoneclaw. If you do help her find her family, her packmate, her littermate, and she needs healing, don't be afraid to come and ask. I'm more than happy to.
Yes, I can do this. She will get better. Takes time to get used to Sept. She seems to be from place with not many things, not many people. It is very different. Was very different for me.
Well, hopefully she can learn from you.
Yes.
Maybe you can teach her to like ice cream.
This first thing I gave her when she come here and was hungry and in I think her Hamid clothes were broken.
Aye, they still are.
I told her there were many weaver clothes things in cabin, and she kind of jerks her muzzle towards the one off to one side. But she try to wear them and are all too big.
Kumba chuckles about that a little bit. It was interesting nonetheless.
Was very, very not angry, but not happy.
Did she try a belt or anything, or tying it up some?
No, it's like seeing hand-me-downs on a child. Apparently, a lot of the women on this sept are relatively large in comparison to her.
Keep
Well,
in
she is
mind-
pretty small.
Yeah, she has the short flaw. She's like really small.
She's a petite little thing.
Oh,
Yes.
But she seems to have a big heart, especially when it comes to her sister.
Yes. Hopefully soon we get her back and she can let herself be happy. And now she sleeps with me and with Dusk. And I give her the magic bacon I find in the mornings.
The magic bacon you find.
Yes.
Have you had bacon ice cream yet?
Yes.
what
She actually
is-
starts tail thumping rapidly.
What is everyone with this bacon ice cream idea?
Is
I'm not-
good.
I was like, okay, Stone Claw is no reason to get so excited, but
Is two of my favorite things. Other favorite things are spaghetti and
I thought
pizza.
I thought it was pie.
Pie is also good.
Yeah.
But I
So
like
I'll get
ice
you a
cream.
pizza and some bacon ice cream. You'll be alright, happy cub.
Yes.
I'll keep that in mind.
Jacob showed me spaghetti. It's very fun to eat.
Aye, it can be.
He's gonna wander up right about then because fucking spaghetti. Absolutely.
Stoneclaw is so hype right now, you don't even know.
She comes stepping out of the umbra to hear that spaghetti's fun to eat and kind of stops to listen to the conversation and try to stop grinning.
Yeah, Stoneclaw is in full, like, this is the best thing ever mode. The ears are up, her tail is flailing. It's very excited kind of posturing for all that she's still, like, laying on the ground. He's fun. He's very fun.
Have you ever had it with meatballs?
I do not know what meatballs are, but they sound like a good thing.
They're little balls of meat that you eat with your spaghetti sometimes.
The revelation that spaghetti can be better than just spaghetti has shocked Stoneclaw to her very core.
I'll see about bringing you some sometime.
And she does the gape mouth, like, happy face.
Kumba will start slightly giggling. Like, you're lucky you're Guru, or you'd be getting fat.
I am not fat. I am big. Humans get fat.
Alana chuckles at that.
Kumba kind of starts, when he starts to look around and will notice Ping and go, when did you arrive?
Hey there. She's just kind of standing off to the corner, leaning against something with her arms folded and looking like she's thoroughly enjoying like life, because she is. Hi guys. Just got here.
Hello there.
Hey there. She nods at Stoneclaw and comes ambling forward. How's it going?
I think Stoneclaw's pretty happy right now.
Yep. And Stoneclaw will finally just kind of like lazy flop onto her side since she's already laying down. The leg goes back in the air.
It's cool, it's cool. She waves Stoneclaw out of the flop.
She considers the value of bothering to roll herself back over. Finally does so. Takes some thought, though. Might be better here. Nope, fine.
She was laying like that when I got here, basking in the sun. Should have seen her trying to go even farther.
Very good at it.
I have learned my lesson about having an opinion about people flopping, so from now on, just y'all do you. Is my opinion on whatever displays of submission people want to engage themselves in.
I would think simple bows and the honorifics should be sufficient enough, but I know not everybody agrees with that.
You'd think, but no.
Aye, comes from the wolf part of us.
Yes.
What was your home sept like, Alana?
Wasn't quite so stiff. A lot of Fianna, so there's always something going on. Celebrating fights or births or changing of the seasons or goddess knows what. Sometimes just celebrating to be alive.
Ping reaches back and scratches the back of her neck, like a little bit like she thinks there might be something on her. She can't decide whether she loves the idea or whether it makes her feel a little bit like she needs to wash.
Stoneclaw, meanwhile, is very pleased with this and decides to reflop because fuck it. It was pretty comfortable just lounging. So she just kind of teeters over again and flumps. Is good. People here have too much thinking. Always thinking about what is happening tomorrow and what happened yesterday, and not just enjoy right now.
Enjoying the moment's good, but knowing why you're enjoying it and know why you're looking to the future is important too.
But not when you do it too much.
There you go.
Too much of anything's a bad idea.
Yes. I am happy here because it is not a cage. And whatever happened tomorrow, if I have to, I will bite it. Is good. Is easy. And sun is warm.
Well, that's why it's nice to be a cub, I guess.
Hi, when life was so much simpler.
Because where we are, it's not easy. We're surrounded by our enemies. Our happy times are stolen. How you doing, Kumba?
Kumba looks in Ping's direction. He's like, I'm doing all right. I finished out most of my den. I went sideways down there. It was interesting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, mainly just spirits of the earth. Some were worms. They didn't really bother me much, so I just sat there and watched them for a while.
Neat. Very neat.
But how's your day going, Ping?
Shockingly well.
Hmm.
It's been a very good day.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Mended a fence that I thought was irreparably broken.
Kumba's ear will twitch on that. That's excellent, then.
Right?
Stoneclaw is looking decidedly puzzled.
I'm gonna roll to notice that.
What are we trying to notice?
Stoneclaw being puzzled about fence metaphors.
Thankfully, her puzzled face is pretty fucking blatant. So, I mean,
Oh,
you can
good.
give yourself the lowest difficulty ever.
Okay.
Like,
Excellent.
she's got the head, like, twisted around and her ears are, like, cocked off in different directions. And she's just looking at her intently, like, why would you want to fix a fence? The cage Gaia, no. Like, she's so confused.
It's a metaphor, Stoneclaw. I patched up a friendship that I thought I didn't think I'd be able to.
Aha, the revelation is immediate, and her features clear up a good bit, and she goes back to just looking, well, if Stoneclaw can look chipper, she does. Can anything her size look chipper? I don't know. He's
It
good.
can, but it's terrifying.
It's the tongue hanging out of the mouth that makes it. Well, I'm glad to hear it. It's always a good thing.
Hell yeah. Especially lately. I don't like stalking around, keeping an eye on my ass in case one of my friends comes after it, you know?
I thought we weren't supposed to do that.
Do what?
And
No
Kumba kind of
ideas.
grins at that because you said about your friends coming after your ass. And he says, I thought we're not supposed to do that.
And Alana's trying not to smirk.
Thankfully,
Oh
Stoneclaw
no,
doesn't
is that
seem
a
to
meta
realize that
joke?
she just made. That's why Stoneclaw just said no medics. Because she didn't even think about it. She has no idea this could have been offensive.
Ping's head is totally in what she was saying and not enough in what people were hearing, and it takes her a second. And then, like, her eyes almost pop out of her head, and she gives Alana, like, the guiltiest look, like, oh no, I didn't just do that in front of a metis. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And she's gonna try and step on Kuma's tail.
I love you.
And Kumba at that point just kind of flicks out and tries to move his tail. I was like, oh. And he just looks at her oddly. He's like, oh.
It's not what I meant.
I wanted to put some levity in our moment right now, and I thought it was funny.
Well, it depends on your friend. If you're both women, well, you shouldn't have too much to worry about then.
It's not what I meant.
It's okay, Ping. Like, we know you're okay. At least we think we do.
Gaia.
Seeing as Alana has shown no signs of distress or anger, Stoneclaw has no idea what's wrong, and finds this entire interaction deeply entertaining. Especially the tail stomp. She may or may not have, as a result, flicked her own tail to the other side of her body.
Just in case Bing's in a mood and is gonna start.
Just in case
Going
she's
for everybody?
in a rampant
Oh,
tail
no.
stomping mood. You know, you never know. You can never be too safe.
Alana seems to have a pretty relaxed expression about it.
I'm gonna have to roll some curiosity there. I'm okay for now. This is twice now Ping has resisted the urge to ask how it is being a Fiona Metis. She's doing okay.
So proud.
I know, right? Yeah, Dice Stream. Did me proud.
Oh, Ping, since you're here, you know more about our Amazon mission, right?
I mean, you want the story?
I'm bored. Just want to know where we're going. Like, because if we're going to another country at this point, I should start trying to learn at least something of the language, so I'm not completely lost if I have to deal with the natives.
Yes, you want to learn Portuguese with me? I've been studying since I found out.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea.
Awesome. Awesome. We can talk on the way to the tree. It'll be great. It'll be like conversational Portuguese every day.
What is Portuguese?
It's another human language.
Stoneclaw's taken aback.
There's lots.
100.
Like,
That's why they're so fractured and broken as a people.
Hey,
but why? Why more than one?
Because languages evolve with the people that speak them. Like, humans sprang up all over the world, and each little group had to find a way to describe its surroundings. And as the surroundings changed and their experiences changed, their language changed too. So if you break off a group of people from another group, it doesn't take very long before they don't speak the same language anymore.
She finds this deeply concerning and kind of glances aside to Alana. She is from far away. Still knows Garu speak.
Aye, our people know the same language. It's the humans whose languages have separated.
Because they think too much?
no, because they're not all in the same place.
Because they learn to adapt to where they're at versus where they came from.
We are not all in the same
Long
place.
time ago.
We don't really adapt very well either.
Our language has been there to keep us together, though. A way to identify each other without having to turn into hulking, raging monsters. To be like, oh, hey, there's somebody I can recognize. Not that you can't generally smell one of our own.
But languages aren't bad, Stoneclaw. Through our differences as Guru and even as the humans and the animals on Gaia, we're allowed ourselves to be stronger.
She finally makes the most pitiful face she has ever achieved, except perhaps the first time Olaf tried to make her go Hamid. Just the most pitiful face, and finally just kind of whines out, like actually lets a little bit of a whine slip into her voice. But it was hard enough to learn first one.
It's fair.
But we can say this, Stoneclaw. If others know the language that you need to know, we will gladly help you understand.
So many words. Defeated Flop. It's not a very far flop. She had like picked her head up and now it's on the ground again. But defeated Flop.
The more you learn, though, the more ways of thinking about things you'll have. Hey there, Aiden.
Is he trotting over to join the party?
Yep, he's trotting over. Yeah, hello everyone.
Hello there.
Afternoon, Aiden.
Hello.
Afternoon. How have you been, Stoneclaw?
Good. The sun is warm. And if he trots close enough, he will be treated to the full snuffle over. And if he doesn't, she will probably even lurch up to go over and give him the full snuffle over. The I will know everywhere you've been, who you've been talking to, what have you been doing, what did you eat today? Like, snuffle, 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 investigative snuffles.
Email check.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll let himself. He doesn't care. He's like, eh, this is kind of pleasant.
He will get groom licked a few times in the wake of it, and then she will flop back over.
Did you find bacon in front of your den this morning?
Yes. I fed to Tlate and Dusk because they are runty. They need to get big and strong.
They'll get big and strong, I'm sure.
Yes.
I mean, Ping's like, I don't really feel like that's how genetics work. Do I have the energy to explain genetics to a lupus this morning? I don't think I do.
I don't think anyone does.
It might help. It might help, is all Ping says.
Yes.
Can't hurt, right?
Don't think so.
Nope, as long as you let them eat as much as they want and don't make them eat more than they want.
Yes. Unless Dusk has not eaten all day, he forgets. Then I make him eat.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Yes. Or he will stay little and runty forever. He's bad.
He forgets to eat. He
Yeah,
forgets to eat.
Dusk
he sure
is
does.
always talking to spirits. Always.
Aye, you can lose yourself in those moments.
They are his family.
Have you met him yet, Alana?
No, not yet. But I've met plenty of spirits, and I know talking to them, you can lose track of time pretty quick.
Kumba, you met him yet?
I met him indirectly through Jacob's Rite of Passage when I cleansed them, but
Oh.
I don't know him formally yet.
Yes.
Well, that'll be fun.
So, from the name of Dusk, is he a lupus?
No.
Nope.
And his ears kind of like interesting.
He is born on two legs, but with spirits. Reared by spirits.
Man, there are a lot of metis on this set.
No, not a metis. Just a very unusual background.
Oh, really?
Yes. They are his family.
Well, I bet he'll be very skilled in his further training as a theurge, I'm assuming.
Yes.
He's definitely going to be a powerful theurge.
He makes things entice them in my fur. They are good.
Well, I hope that our first meeting will be a pleasant one then.
Yeah. I'm still to meet him too. I've seen him around, but no, he seems kind of quiet.
Yeah, he's definitely quiet. He's definitely quiet. Sneaky as fuck.
Yes.
I mean, Dusk, I would assume so.
I mean, Dusk isn't always quiet. That's when the birds get going. But he is. And you will definitely have lots of time to experience Dusk with birds getting going. She grins at him.
The Akuma ears
And he's also,
just looks kind of twitch a bit and just looks at her. So, Aiden, How's your training been going?
It's going okay. I think I'm learning about all the tribes. I got most of them down, and learning who I've nearly got my.
Good. And
Trying to spend as much as I time in this form, trying to learn what it is to be, a wolf or lupus or yeah.
And what
How's
are you
yours?
learning?
Well, pretty much everything that we are taught as humans, education. Well, that's kind of obvious, but putting all of that just out the window is kind of strange sometimes. I mean, we've been taught since we're kids.
Interesting. Do you spend much time in Lupus, Alana?
Not particularly. Though I am told I have quite beautiful fur.
Oh, yeah? This is Pink's curiosity roll. She's not going
I
to ask
figured.
Alana about her menace deformity. I mean, you definitely have, yeah, I can't wait to see it. She grins, and for just a second, she kind of flushes. Because she almost referenced the fact that Alana is essentially App 7. But didn't she manage not to say it?
If you want to see it, just ask.
Okay.
I
I want to see.
And she will spend all the appropriate things and switch over.
Basically, you can either roll, or considering we're not in combat and it doesn't need to be immediate, you essentially just, quote, take your time.
Yes.
So, you're legit.
And she's a larger than average lupus, but she's got black fur and it's very shiny.
You do have pretty fur.
Stoneclaw will enthusiastically kind of rock it up under her feet and re-engage the sniff test. She's going to smell exactly the same, but she can't help it.
She's bigger than
she's
the other
okay.
lupus here, but she's not as big as Stoneclaw.
To be fair, Stoneclaw is absurd.
Yes. But Fiona have larger lupus forms, so.
Yes, they do.
Alana has a bunch of jewelry on in Hamid. Does she wear the same jewelry in Lupus? Is she decorated in Lupus?
No, the jewelry goes with her.
Okay, so she just looks like straight wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Because she can dedicate all her own stuff.
Yep. Well, you can also choose when your stuff is dedicated, if it's stuff like jewelry, if you wanted it to be visible and it would be able to transition okay, you could basically say that her jewelry is still like being worn as whatever form. Or you can just say that it poofs. It is up to you.
At the moment, it poofs.
Fair enough.
She's gonna sit down on her haunches.
Ping just kind of watches with a grin because she's still like App 7, and Ping enjoys pretty things.
Once the cursory snuffle test is over, Stoneclaw is very content. Tail kind of flailing around and plops down.
Kumba, seeing her form, it almost sounds like if a wolf could, it almost sounds like he's trying to whistle. Like, take good care of yourself.
Hi, you got to take care of yourself, lest you can't take care of those that need you to.
And Kumba nods at that.
Did you just try to whistle as a wolf?
And Kumba's just kind of like,
I mean, you could try real hard.
it's reflex, all right? Hey.
Yeah, essentially he like woofs out a breath like through the front of his muzzle, but the lips just can't do the thing.
He gave a wolf whistle. Literally.
Oh god.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and take
You're
two bashing.
grounded.
Hey, you, madam, you.
At least mine are in character days.
I guess he really did let out a wolf whistle then.
And Kumba's looking just kind of sheepishly away from everybody, kind of messing with the ground again.
Hey, you're a bonar. You do what you want. If you want to fucking whistle, I will be impressed.
I've been working on trying to see if I can learn try to cook. Oh, I think it'd be awkward. And lupus. Hey, if I can find all the stuff that should be in the cabins, I have a hot plate. I just have to be really careful.
Will you let me know so I can watch?
Aye, and so I can
Yes.
come heal the wounds when you burn yourself.
Wait, if I keep the soups and this cooking meat, it shouldn't be that hard just to use my jowls. Especially with the soups.
I would love to watch you open a spice jar with your mouth. In fact, I'm going to go find a spice jar because this sounds like something I need in my day.
Can we record it?
Aiden, shush.
What? You can't
Can we
record without thumbs, buddy.
I have open jars as a human with my teeth. It shouldn't be that hard. I just have to do it very carefully.
What are you going to hold it with?
The ground.
And you know that your human teeth are made for, like, grinding and
I can make things work. Just give me a chance and give me time.
okay, hang on. And Ping takes off at a trot. She's going to give him a chance. This is exciting.
She could probably trot into any one of the cabins there.
Did we breaking the veil? If we take a video of it and send it to America's Funniest Home Videos, we could make millions.
And Kuba just gives Aiden like the sourest look he can. This is not a joke and this is not a game. And anyways, why are we even using a spice jar? I typically use cans and the plastic bottles that come in seasonings.
Oh, you can open a can then. That'll be even
Hey.
better.
If they
Tongue
have
wall.
pull tabs, it'd be really easy. Now the ones without pull tabs, that's going to be a problem.
I still want to see you do either one.
But you don't have thumbs.
But I have teeth.
But how will you hold can?
Carefully, both paws. I have practiced standing on my hind legs many times before.
This tongue lumps her head. Kind of starts chuffing.
Instead of the hot plate, it's basically on the ground, so I don't even have to lift it that high.
Ping
No, of course not.
jogging back. Like literally at a jog with the spice jar. I don't know where she got it. She got it from a place by the power of imagination.
Probably one of the Cub cabins, considering the doors are open. Olaf's cabin's always open too, and all of them have kitchens.
Exactly. Okay, buddy. Here we go. I'm ready.
My lord, this should not be such an event. And he goes over to the spicer pads over. So his ears are twitching up and down, like just a mild irritation.
I'm even going to hold it for you with my thumbs.
Now you're just making it too easy on him.
Nope.
He goes, turn it sideways, horizontal.
Okay.
And should this be either a strength or dexterity roll plus?
I would say do Dex Athletics, but put your penalty really high because this is delicate work. I'd almost say Dex Larceny. Jesus.
You know what? What's your craft score? Can you do Dex Crafts? I feel like that's actually probably...
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're
Larceny's a good idea. Larceny or crafts?
If
I figure
it's craft,
it's...
that'd be under my seamster because that's one of my crafts.
I'd say do larceny almost, just because it's such a delicate thing to try to do with a wolf mouth.
I don't have larceny though.
That raises your DC even higher. You're up to like almost 10 now. Let's just call it 10 and roll your dex.
Couldn't it be an 8? It shouldn't be that bad.
Let's give it a 9. 9's a good
Yeah,
compromise.
Nine's a good compromise.
And don't forget your lupus bonus for Dex.
Yeah. So if we're gonna be using larceny, then it's just 5 because of dex. Also, I'm allowed to use my seamster skills to try to open this can.
No, let's.
This is
5
not
dice at
the
diff
way.
9 seems perfect. Seems perfect. And I'm petitioning for a deed name for you if you make
Oh,
it.
holy crap!
Oh, yes!
Holy shit!
He does it! He opens the
Nope, and then a mouthful of seasoning.
He also gets a mouthful of seasoning because I'm going to Google spices and see what the first one that comes up is.
Yes.
Cumin,
Yes.
garlic,
Oh my god, garlic
Garlic
would be
salt.
great.
garlic salt.
Oh, garlic salt. Yes. I think it has to be garlic salt. That's like everybody's got garlic salt in the kitchen.
So yeah, he totally succeeds with a creepy amount of finesse,
Yeah.
but she's holding it sideways. So
Yeah. And once he realizes that, he's like, he gets his mouth like.
You did it! You opened the goddamn bottle.
Oh,
I am humbled.
yeah, this is such an amazing feat. A dog can open a bottle. Yeah,
Now I want to
Wow.
see you open the con.
I need a pull tab for that.
I need a can.
And this is not a joke, and this is not a show.
Stoneclaw starts trotting towards the girls' cabin.
I think she has one for you.
So, does open the garlic salt? Can that be a deed name?
Oh, he just
You're a terrible Galliard. Opens the garlic salt? You can't give him a name. Opens the garlic salt.
Hey, I've thought of a better one for the. Because I've thought of one for Chloe.
What is that, Dale?
brace yourself. The Kuma just charges at you, and it's like,
Charges at who?
Aiden.
Not try to dodge.
Are we rolling initiative?
No, this is not. This is more playful than anything. But he's just like, okay, just like. But yes,
What's
you
the
could totally
dexterity
do dodge.
What's
So
the
just the
dexterity
athletics
bonuses?
So you just have to beat 2 successes, then move out of the way.
What's the dexterity bonus
And,
for Lupus?
It's 2. I don't know, is it 3? I'm pretty sure it's 2. What does the book say?
1, 2,
Yep. Dodged handily.
Yeah.
he just jumps on this side. Stop
Yep,
it.
And
Hey,
he misses, and he
it's
just
actually
kind of
good.
pops. It's like,
I thought of comforts the heart.
The distinctive sound of many things falling in a pantry can be heard.
oh dear. She's gonna destroy that kitchen.
However, several moments later, Stoneclaw comes trotting victoriously out of the girls' cabin. And by victoriously, I mean head and tail high. Like, no joke trotting. Like little show trot. And has at least 3 cans hanging out of the side of her mouth.
How is she not piercing those cans?
I mean, yeah, I
Sammy,
figured-
you didn't break the plastic bottle.
But I'm somewhat smaller, and I know how much force it takes to get a plastic bottle off.
It's true, you do. You have experience. And I am not ever going to stop someone from cooking if they can do it. Though that was kind of a waste of garlic salt, but you know what? Worth it for my day.
Oh
I'm
my
glad I
god,
can
your
understand.
vampire will tell it now.
Maybe they'll come up with a name like Salty Mouth Farm or something.
Salty mouth is pretty good.
They could just kind of like, it's like a mixture of a wine and a bark at the same time. It's like,
Yes.
So Stoneclaw comes over, victory trot and all, and very proudly deposits these 3 cans on the ground, just kind of going, bleh. And 2 of them have pull tabs, coincidentally.
I am not a joke.
Ping stops and looks a little uncomfortable when he says that. No, you're right. You're right. Okay, but it's kind of hilarious. But you're right.
Yeah, it's fine. I need to figure if I can. I need to make sure I can do this properly, anyways. And he'll go over to one of the pull tab cans, and he'll get on his belly, and will put his paws and try to hold the can as tightly as it can in his paws, pushing against the sides. And he's going at the pull tab, and he's trying to do his best to pull it backwards. And right now, you kind of see the look on his face like, if I mess up, I could cut myself.
Ping is watching in fascination because on the one hand, it's hilarious, but on the other hand, this is actually probably something that she should probably be practicing if she's going to be running around in lupus and shit. So,
Yes, to be fair, all laughter aside, Stoneclaw is watching very intently. These are things she never would have thought of to do on her own, and he's teaching her how to open food.
oh no! Roll them dice.
Got
Oh,
one.
you got it! You got it!
Yeah. Here. And a little bit spills on his paws. Oh, tomato. He starts shaking it off.
It's probably like no shit like tomato paste or something ridiculous. Stoneclaw has no idea what's in those cans.
See, I can do it.
You
Hi.
sure as fuck can.
Pretty
I am
impressive.
legit impressed.
Stoneclaw is now eagerly snuffling his paw and in the direction of the can. She doesn't quite have her face on it, but she's pretty fucking close. What's in the can?
Ping is actually going to reach over for the can and then dump the can out on top of the garlic salt so that it doesn't get wasted. The garlic salt will be eaten too. She has every confidence in Stoneclaw's ability to eat tomato paste off the ground.
Her faith is well placed.
You want to try the other 2 now?
Oh, I approved it once. That should be good enough.
What about the one without a pull tab, though? That's the real challenge.
I mean, we have jaws like a fucking... She kind of... can opener.
Oh,
Right.
God. I am not risking cutting my mouth by doing that. If I want to try and make a perfect circle, no way. Now, if you just want me to rip open the can, I could do that.
Yes, that is easy.
But trying to do it properly, I'm going to risk hurting myself more than anything.
Huh.
Like, yeah, I'll get better, but I'll go through the pain.
You'll be better within a few moments. I'm not going to let you bleed to death.
It goes to the one without the pull tab. And
It's
he
like
starts-
fucking sliced olives or something ridiculous.
and he's thinking about it, and it's like, and he goes, ha! And he starts grabbing at the end instead of, like a can opener trying to just take the metal plate inside of it. If I could do that a little difficult, he's just going to try to rip the top in the circle, like the upper part of it. Enough to open the can, but not for it to spill out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And he's trying his best, because that's the biggest problem, is using his paws and trying to get his neck and mouth to go around it where he can pull it, but as a lupus, he can't position it correct right.
Yeah, I'd say like lower your diff to like, I don't know, what, 7? You're only trying to rip the end off instead of the whole thing. It's not like you're trying to do anything too crazy.
Yeah. Didn't make it, and I'm just gnawing at it. Why can't I break it?
Meanwhile, the tomato paste has gone the way of the dodo, garlic, salt, and all.
Here, let me try again. Start again. Continues to gnaw at it to try to get a puncture point.
Let it never be said.
And he's finally made a point, and he starts pulling off an edge. And goes like, see, it's open. Just give me a few more minutes, and I can rip this top off. And there, we can have. He looks at it, black-eyed peas. And he ends up, as he tries to bite down, you just hear him go yelp a bit. Like, I hit the edge. He starts licking in like the upper part of his mouth.
The ears kind of twitch forward at the yip.
Are you alright?
I cut myself. And he almost looks about to like toss the can, but he doesn't.
Can you
Aiden
take
checks the
grab
one
it?
with the bull flag. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Takes him a while. And now we have tuna, and he'll add it to the like pile of the tomato paste and garlic.
Oh, the
Now we
tomato
have
paste is gone. It is dead. It died a valiant death.
Starting
good
to
death.
look terrible.
But that's okay. Now there's tuna on the ground. Don't worry. It won't last.
It will perish.
Like, you're not even sure it hit the ground, really.
Yep.
Stoneclaw's vacuum face technique is immaculate.
And Kumba,
Have you ever been told to savor your food, Stoneclaw?
Hmm. What about my food?
Savor it.
What is savor?
It means you take your time eating it, so because you take pleasure eating, you take your time eating, so the pleasure lasts longer.
But then someone might take it.
and Kumba will go out. Remember, humans live to eat. Other creatures eat to live.
Yes.
And he's like halfway opening the can.
Stoneclaw is watching with awe as this can is being carefully pried open from one end.
And with the last final hurrah, he has a large chunk of metal in his mouth that he's ripped open. And he's doing his best not to drop the can, and places it down and throws the piece on the ground. There. It's not pretty, but it's open.
I'm impressed. It's quite a display there.
Stoneclaw may or may not be even waiting for this can to tip over. Her nose is in it.
Kumba kind of pushes her away, like, no, the edges are sharp. I don't want you to cut yourself.
Picks up her massive, like, horrifically scarred face. Huh?
And Kumba will bite the can and start to turn it onto the ground, and the black-eyed peas start falling out.
Stoneclaw is content with this compromise.
Is it singing? She looks at the cans, at the piece.
And Kumba throws the can at Aiden out of his jaws.
Ow,
Why did I told you about these puns?
Oh no. Oh yes, that's right. You said you tackled me, which you tried before and I dodged you.
And Kuma's tail is kind of whipping back and forth contemptly. It's like,
So are you alright, or do I need to take a look at things?
no, I'm in lupus. They'll heal. It should already be healed. He actually touches his tongue to the top of his mouth, like, yeah, it's already gone.
Alright.
Well, there, we prove that wolves can open cans, whether they
Aye.
both have or not.
Quite impressively.
Next, I need to figure out how I'm going to turn on the stove.
That's fair. I mean, is your hot plate, does it turn on when you plug it in?
Yeah, and luckily it goes on a simple, just basically on and off switch. So I always have to be careful with that one. I easily burn things.
Though how you're going to plug it in is going to be fun to watch without shredding your cord. Honestly, I feel like it's probably...
And he kind of starts flexing his paws. If I can fit it in the gap, all I have to do is close it, and I'll just have to turn my paw sideways, and after probably a few times, I can finally put it into the socket.
No, you got fur in there. It's going to be slippery.
She glances towards the dens. You have sockets in there.
Stoneclaw does not know what sockets are, but she is doing something a little bit strange. She has gone after the discarded can and is very carefully picked it up and is kind of gnawing it down, like compressing it, as if this is a very important duty.
Ping is watching intently.
And if Ping has set down the other can, the tomato paste can, she will repeat the process, picking it up and kind of gnawing it into a piece of metal slag.
What are you doing?
I think she's recycling.
I have to make sure there is no room for nickels.
Wait, what?
Nah. Heh. Looks content.
Nickels?
Yes, nickels are the worst ever.
Why?
Because you put them in a can and then they make noise. Very loud.
Oh. Kuma starts just giggling at this point.
Like, if you want to make a random, I don't know, a random wit something roll to know that this is something people usually use to deter bears, is shaking a can of nickels.
You said wits and what?
With survival?
With survival?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, that's 4 dice.
Just something. It's probably not a very difficult roll. It's just to give you a chance of failure. But yeah, it's a common thing that cans of coins are used for, is to shake to scare off wild animals. Clearly, she has received this experience at some point. Feels very strongly about the can of nickels.
Huh.
Man, he goes, what happened if you ever meet the dreaded vacuum cleaner?
Blink. What is vacuum cleaner?
And again, Kumba is just giggling. Something you don't have to worry about.
Something that will be hilarious if anyone ever revs one at her.
It's a cleaning tool with a motor on it, like a car.
She's clearly having trouble imagining this prospect.
Like if you want to get the dirt off your floor, you use the vacuum and it sucks it up. The motor pulls the air. Ping's actually looking kind of proud of herself for her explanation.
It's
But
a
she's
good
watching
explanation.
Stoneclaw to see if Stoneclaw gets it.
It's a good explanation, but you can tell she's on the verge of just screaming heresy. But
They're useful items, but God, they're loud.
her ears slowly dip back, no, not my precious ears.
That was a pretty good explanation. You would make a awesome teacher ping.
Oh, well.
She
The
gives
urges
us
are translators. Anyway, vacuums can't really hurt you. They're just loud. Much like cans of coins.
Oh. I don't know. I heard from one of the kinfolk some really apparently playful theurge put a wind spirit in a vacuum and called it Kirby.
I mean, in that case, the damage is being done by the wind spirit, though, not the vacuum.
So the change of fact, that's ridiculous. He's using it so he wouldn't have to vacuum his house anymore.
Oh, that's just lazy.
I know, and misuse the spirits entirely.
Speaking of useless,
No.
door to the door to the of the female cabin opens, and rather sleepy bedhead sticks out of the door.
Try.
She'll smile at Stoneclaw, then looks at the rest. Smile's kind of dwindling. She walks out and sits down on the porch.
And flops behind is now Wolf Couch.
Pink smiles at Latte. Just friendly, welcoming smile.
Since she can't now roll over because there's a wolf couch behind her, she'll just throw her head back, exposing her.
That's okay.
Nods and kind of waves a hand like, never mind that.
Alana's cell phone goes off and she pulls it out and checks it. Seems my kinfolk are ready to get back to work, so I'll have to be going.
It's good to see you again.
And you too.
Good luck with your day.
Kumba. Thank you. Aiden. Stoneclaw.
Bye-bye, Lorna.
Talate. And she then walks off.
Gonna look out to Alana. I'll be here all week opening other household devices and equipment.
I look forward to it.
And there's an ice cold stare as she's watching Alana leave.
Stoneclaw will distract her from ice cold stare with face lick. Just ruin it.
There went the epic moment of the Wendigo. Face lick. She can't really return the face lick in Homid because that would just look silly. So
Get some fur in her mouth.
this is also true. She'll kind of like put her head against Stoneclaw's flank.
Like her shoulder or her hip?
Yeah, his shoulder.
Okay. Stoneclaw is defeated by the mighty shove of teeny tiny Wendigo and flops a little further, dramatically.
Oh,
Hey, Stoneclaw.
Hello.
So how have you been, Tommy?
I have been good.
What's up with the bitch face?
Is he saying that to her?
Yes, he is. Because he
Aiden just died.
Thankfully, Stonefall doesn't realize this is in any way uncomplimentary. Seems like a very technical term. Huh, what a weird thing to say.
She takes a point of rage. She doesn't frenzy. I can't. She just stares back at him. What's with your ass face?
Hey, at least I have a nice ass. You were giving Alana a dirty look for what reason? She seems like a nice enough person.
Nice. You don't buy anything for being nice.
Well, at this point, how has she wronged you, oh great Talate?
I am not great.
Well, you're acting like you are.
Stoneclaw is finally getting the gist and has started pulling her lips. There is the
Ping.
barest edge of teeth visible.
Is going to try and catch Stoneclaw's eye. She's going to kind of tip her head to catch Stoneclaw's eye and stare at her for a second.
Stoneclaw will not be catching eyes with a Cleith, because that is the terrible plan.
And Tatooine will, at this point, stand up and look straight at Kumakarna, looking him in the eyes.
He just
How
looks
I look
back.
at people. How I look at people is my own problem, and definitely not yours. Are we initiating stare down here? Because I'm cool with that. I just need to grab my character sheet. So I have the wrong one up now.
He just looks at her back and he will say, I would like to keep our relationship as positive as possible. And if you're going to be negative to somebody, I would like to see a valid reason why.
I mean, Goomba, you started with the bitch face.
She was giving the bitch face to Alana. She started it.
Let Alana handle her shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Believe me, Alana can handle her own shit.
I do not.
Tatooine is still staring straight into Kumakarna's eyes.
Kuba doesn't seem disturbed. He's just more like, and he's called it like, are you trying to pick, like,
The question is he locking eyes with her?
yeah.
Because
She
if
is-
so, you're starting a face down.
Yeah.
Talate is initiating a stare down, so you can either back down now or you can assert yourself.
No, I'm going to assert myself.
Okay.
Would you like
Does
me
everybody
to-
have their rules on hand?
I will
I
pull them
don't
up real
have
fast.
them at hand.
Take me like a second.
Put your wits +5 in the chat and your willpower.
Wits +5? Okay.
So, yes, I have a wits as 8 as well.
Make sure you
Yeah.
type it there so she has it for reference, because
Yeah.
you guys are going to go through multiple rolls.
Yep, wits 8 and permanent willpower is a 6.
Okay.
So each turn you guys are going to roll your... Whichever is higher, you're going to roll either Rage or your Charisma plus Intimidation.
Oh, if it's charisma plus intimidation, I actually have one other dice then.
I think you have 2 other dice because you have Good Old Boy.
Good old boy and physically impressive, and my charisma's already at 3. So,
Charisma, Intimidation, and I have Pure Breed.
And don't forget to bring up a counter.
yes, so actually, I had at least one success for this one. And it went back to black instead of being yellow.
I have 3 successes.
Okay, mark them in the in your counter.
And does she get a difficulty because I'm a Cleith or no?
No,
No.
only if it's 2 ranks above.
Okay.
If you're a Foster. Yep, good question.
All right. Another one.
Next roll. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Another one for me.
I'm at 7.
Yep. And my willpower was at 6, so she has gotten me then, right?
It's
No,
your
no.
wits plus it's an 8.
Oh, she
Yeah.
needs one more then. Yeah.
Yep. Actually, Daryl, you have a success there because you're at div 5.
Oh, I'm a div 5. Oh, then crap. I should
Even
actually
if-
have way more successes then. Oops.
No. I was watching.
Okay.
Just one more. So you're up to 2 now.
Okay.
4.
No, then she got there first before I did.
Go ahead and update your counter. You can either look away now, or you can choose to spend willpower point for one more round.
I'm going to use a willpower point.
Okay. Don't forget to update your counter because you're at 5 successes.
Yep.
Only 1 success in the next round then.
I only got 1 as well. And is there any limit to how much I can use it?
You can spend another willpower point if you want, but it's not going to do you much good at this point. She's got a bunch of successes.
That, and keep in mind, every time you spend a willpower, her difficulty goes down by 1.
Okay.
Is it permanent or temporary?
I was told that it is designed so that it's supposed to get harder as you go. I don't know. That's what I was told last time. I'd never done that mechanic before. I should probably get it clarified.
Yep. And then, as the stare gets intense, Kumba, he'll kind of breathe out and he'll look away, trying to look defiant.
She looks at him for a couple of more seconds and then sits down. It's done.
Her hair gets groom nibbled. Very briefly.
Well, that's over. Ping is going to glance at Aiden. Kind of curiously.
She was just watching this there, and then she sees her. Hey, what's up?
Nothing. We'll talk to you about it later.
All right. And she smiles.
So, Kumba, what is it you're going to miss that's so important, that's worth opening cans? Is it the actual cooking or is it the food?
Oh,
Ping is changing the subject.
It's the actual cooking, honestly. I just enjoyed the act of it. It's actually, I guess, calming when I'm doing it. And also, when you're done with the final product, you get to enjoy it.
You know, if you, it might be a good idea to find the things that are equally calming in lupus.
Well, with that, I typically just run. Which I've been doing that more often since I've been in lupus for a while.
She nods. And she glances at Stoneclaw. What do you do?
I roll in grass. Is very
Seems legit.
good. Lay in the sun.
To calm down?
She kind of cants her head.
I don't doubt you. I'm just curious.
If I am not calm, I am biting.
Not all the time, though, I'm sure.
She thinks about this, like tries to recall the last time she was truly peeved to any length. Yes, lay in sun. It's good.
Interesting. I'll have to try that sometime.
It's good to lay on Gaia and breathe. Does not smell like other place. Smells like grass and trees.
That's fair. Interesting. Tlate, what do you do?
I'm sitting on the porch.
To unwind, I mean. To relax.
Right. We don't She thinks for a moment. No. My sister and I, we often play a game. It's called, she thinks again, in English, best translated to throat singing.
Really? Really?
Yes, really.
Wow. I've never met anybody who could do that before. That's awesome.
She's better at it.
Kumba will look at Talate like, what is that?
It's a game. Two women stand face to face and they follow each other's singing until one can't keep up.
So it's a music-based competition. So, and he kind of tilts his head over. You can sing or can you harmonize?
With throat singing, you can do both at the same time, right?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Kumba just has like this like surprised look on his face, like what? Less of the statement, more like she can do that.
I'd be up for that one day. I'd be up for that one day. I mean,
Are you a woman?
sounds. Why does it have to be women?
It is a game that women play.
He says, why does it have to be women though?
Haha, too bad for you, Aiden. It's okay, honey. We've heard you sing. You have a magic all your own.
Well, still, I'd like to know, why does it have to be women?
It is custom.
So I didn't catch that out of character. What was it?
It is custom. It's the way things are done.
Tradition.
Yes.
And
I see.
Kumba will do the best he can in his lupus form, trying to make a motion that looks similar to like playing a violin.
I'm guessing that you should roll like charisma expression or something. I'm guessing that probably doesn't translate super well.
I can totally do that. I got 3.
Ping just starts laughing. What are you doing? You amazing man.
I'm playing on a roof.
Oh no, no jokes.
Why would you play on a roof?
It's from a human play called The Fiddler on the Roof. It is a story about changing the old ways to better fit what's happening today.
That's one interpretation.
Sounds rather silly.
The play is rather silly, but it does make some valid points.
Why would you change something if it works? If it has been done before by centuries?
Because things change.
Maybe you can.
Ping tries to catch Kumakarna's eye this time and just gives a little, if he'll let her, if he notices that she's trying to like catch his attention, she gives a little tiny shake of her head. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Kumba definitely understands the look. He's seen it before. And he stops his motion. And he'll have a little bit of a hard time catching his paws back in the ground. Well, if you ever want to have a discussion, and he kind of nods his head, about things that are old, things that are new, and things that are different, I'd be more than willing to talk to you about them. And he paws over to Ping. He just kind of lays down to the ground next to her, looking at the rest of the group. His maw kind of tucked in between his paws, and his tail just kind of slightly flicking back and forth. It actually looks kind of similar to what a cat would possibly do, which is really odd.
How clean is Kumba?
He's pretty clean. He doesn't try to keep himself dirty unless he's been working.
Ping-a-ling against him then. Just lightly. Well, all kinds of learning.
Talate, how has your training been going?
In what?
I'm assuming you've been practicing with Din Mother or Din Father with your Garu training?
She pulls a little bit with her mouth as she mentioned the then father, but she nods. Then father gives the physical training, and then mother teach more about being in Lupus. And Gaskatipikut Kikinamaganraya will teach me rituals and stories.
That's good. I hope Din Father has been doing his best to train you. He can be... Oh, well, actually, I don't know. I haven't trained with him. I've only practiced really with Eric when it comes to physical training, and that was an experience.
I have not met this Eric, and the then father is a get.
Yeah, so?
She is not going to answer to that.
Well, Eric is a get, too.
Another twitch of the corner of her mouth. I see.
But I trust both of them. They seem to be honest, good men, so I have nothing against them at this point.
They are what they are.
And he just looks at her oddly. Not oddly, more like he knows, but he doesn't know what.
Be right back.
Oh, yep. Yeah, Kuma will just look at her oddly. So Aiden, have you been doing your physical training?
No, I'm all right. I mean, I had already had physical training before I changed, so I'm all right with the physical training.
What were you doing before your change, if I can ask?
I feel sigh. I look down. Things not much to be proud of.
I'm back.
Oh, right. Got it. Sorry. Yes, I remember you mentioning it. Oh, hon, you are so young.
I'm trying to spend time unwinding when I can, relax. It helps.
What are you gonna do now? I mean, your whole life is different now.
That's a good thing. I wanted to change in my life. It's not exactly the way I saw it, but it's a change.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll learn how to be Geru as much as I can, and I'll serve Gaia to the fullest.
Here, I hope. In New York?
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a cub right now, so it's kind of hard getting a job, but I don't know. I was told Tegan. I still have to talk to her, but I was told Tegan has a bar with a whole lot of people there, or maybe I can work with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to sing, people would pay to listen.
Yes, that could be. Yeah, I might look into that. I mean, I'd have to look into getting a band, and but it takes time. So, meanwhile, but yes, being a singer, that that sounds like a good idea.
You should think about it. Decide what you want to do besides fight. I mean, and how you want to fight. There's lots of ways to do that here. We need people everywhere. I'd be really interested to hear what you decide to do instead of what you were doing.
That's yeah. I'd rather focus on what I'm going to do.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Let me know. I'll help you out.
Thing, Raya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know how to get stuff in this place.
Absolutely.
I lost things when a car exploded.
Okay. She pulls out her phone. Let me know what you need here or later or whatever, you know?
Can you get a drum? Special kind of drum. I made one myself on the sept, but I don't think it has survived when the car caught fire.
Yeah, what did you make it out of?
She is looking at him with a look of like, oh, wood and I don't know how to call this in English. Like the actual drum.
The
Skin.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And stick.
Okay.
It is a
I will-
traditional one.
Let me do some searches and see if I can find some pictures and you can tell me which one looks right.
Yes. We use it to tell stories, histories, but also to appease spirits.
Sure, yeah. And if I can't find one that looks exactly right, if I got you the wood, the hide,
Maybe.
okay.
It's called drum dancing. It's a very flat drum. It has a stick where you hold it, and then it has another stick that you drum on the edge of the drum.
Ping is frantically Googling as she talks. Looking through pictures, looking for First Nations websites. Creating basically a folder of images for Tlate to look through. Seems like that's pretty important, especially if you use it for the spirits. I'll have one shipped here fast. Your boots will be here tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sure, yeah. It might take a little longer for the drum, just because, well, we'll see. She holds out the phone.
Everything.
What's that?
Amazon has everything.
Ping glances at Kumba and grins.
The Amazon.
It's a thing on the Weavers Network. They sell you things when you pay them through a digital way.
But if it's for spirits, I'm not going to go through there.
I thought it was place.
It's
Yeah.
both things. It's a... Well, when we go to the Amazon, you'll find it has everything, too. I think it's kind of a reference, you know?
I always wondered. That's a good point. That's probably why.
Why do we need to go there?
To the Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you the story, but I can't tell you the why, to be honest. We were told to go, and we are following the orders of those who outrank us.
Yes.
So for the evil,
Huh?
Kumba says out this kind of haphazardly. So for the evil, for the great of the nation, go here, kill that, come back.
Stoneclaw issues a snort, kind of sets her ears back.
Ping nods. This is her role to not look like she's troubled. She keeps her shit together. Yeah.
You always have successes when you roll 2 dice.
Not always. I've had some pretty good botches. So, yes, we are following orders is what we're doing.
I don't mind filing orders, but I am getting tired of the ultimate solution is just to beat it with the, more or less, just fighting it.
It is what we were made for.
We are Guru. We protect Gaia.
I have nothing against protecting Gaia. I just wish we had more ways of doing it than just killing it most of the time.
This is why Gaia gave us teeth and claws, even if you start as squishy human.
But the world has changed. How long are you willing to just bite things until
Biting works pretty good.
sometimes?
Mhm.
Sometimes
Every
it
time
does.
so far.
You've been sheltered, Stoneclaw, since you came here.
Was not sheltered before came here.
I know. But your experience has been limited. There are some things you can bite, and there are some things you can't bite.
That is what other moons are for.
And Kumba's a different moon.
She snuffs, but kind of glances away.
We all have our biting. He's good at his, I guess. If that makes sense.
No matter which moon you are, you still need to fight. We're still protectors from Gaia.
Of course. Of course. But if that's all you can do, what kind of theurge are you? Versatility.
Fighting one. Fighting one.
I'm so sorry, I can't hear you. You cut out for a
Oh,
second.
sorry. A fighting one.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do, and she glances at Kumakarna at this point, is put spirits in things and not know how to actually work with them.
Sorry, say.
And what's kind of...
You're roboted pretty bad, hon.
Okay, let me
Sounds good.
reload. No, it's cool. Let me refresh.
Dramatic pause.
Technical difficulties.
This should be better.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I figured. So, yeah, she glances at Kumakarna as she speaks. Can do is put spirits in things and use them, and not work with them and work together, form bonds. Then you are not a very good theurge either.
I haven't bound any spirits because I don't prefer the idea, and it's simply not what I was taught. As far as me and the spirits go, I mainly watch them and listen to them.
It was all
I
you
mean,
could talk
believe
about
me.
the other day.
His ears twitch at that, like, excuse me?
It was all you could talk about the other day, how you were binding spirits, how you were learning how to bind spirits. You can't learn to bind spirits if you don't understand spirits.
Well, that depends. Every spirit's different. I understand plants really well. I understand the stuff in the city. And yes, I am practicing to bind spirits, but I am not masterful at it, so I choose not to say that I can.
Hmm.
It's
She kind of nods at that.
He goes, can you dedicate things? Can you make sure that things that you carry come with you as you change?
No,
So that's also being.
but I'm a cup.
And that is true.
Well, you know what they say about teaching your grandmother to suck eggs.
Huh?
I'd never heard that.
Okay, well, I know what they say about teaching your grandmother to suck eggs. Don't try and teach your grandmother to suck eggs. Grandmas are apparently really good at it.
I don't even want to know the implication of that.
It just means I'm sure you guys are both great at your job. He still outranks you. She's watching Kalate for just a second. Like, I'm gonna peony that.
And I'm going to subterfuge.
Yep, it's fair. Die goes the defender. You're good.
I am good.
I mean, you can give me info, though. That'd be great. I won't stop you. Bing is watching pretty intently. Very curiously.
She raises her shoulders. He is what he is. He is Bonar. I'm Wendigo.
So we're all part of one nation, and we're all family. So just because we're
No, we're
different,
not.
You're not a Wendigo yet, sweetie.
and Goomba kind of looks at it like, what do you mean? No, we're not.
We're not just one family. That's not true.
I thought that's the idea of the nation.
If that was the idea of the nation, why would there be different tribes?
Because we come from different places. Doesn't mean we can't be all as one. That's how the Bonars see it. We come from everything, anything. Because we see the benefits of being different. Heck, that's how America thinks. That's the idea. Being different's not a bad thing. Being different's just being different.
Bing is gonna... Ooh, what is that?
Subterfuge.
I will P&E this.
Any
Ooh, I got 2. Dang it.
If I can
Damn it. Dang
there you go.
it.
So we can get to come up. There you go. And this is, let's see, and that's what? Perception and empathy. So that's 3 plus 1 plus good old boy. It's 4. And I didn't get any.
Good old boy gives you a bonus to P&E.
Is this social?
I
roll?
don't.
No, it's actually a perception roll. So in this case, you don't get a... Sorry.
And I still failed anyways. 10, 2, 2. Do I get nothing?
Nope.
Bing is still gonna lean back against Kumba Karna a little bit. Don't bother, Kumba. Don't bother.
And Kumba's ears or tails is kind of flicking back and forth.
She leans back a little bit harder, just a little bit, to kind of be a little more convincing.
And you just hear that just like a mild growling or just like humming noise, like. Grrr.
As long as he's stopped, Ping isn't going to press it. She just stays where she is and kind of shifts a little bit to get herself more comfortable. So a drum, is there anything else?
No,
Okay.
don't think so.
If you think of anything, let me know. Here.
Yes.
She's just leaned back and gotten comfortable, but now she sits up again and holds the phone out towards the latte with a bunch of drum pictures displayed.
She takes the phone. Yeah, no, I'm going to make a roll for that because of her fingers. Okay. She takes the phone, lays it flat on the one hand, which by now this is a good side of the webbing. It's just almost as if she's laying it on a table, as long as she keeps her hand still. And she looks at the pictures and points at one of the drums. That one.
Okie doke. Ping pulls the phone back and begins the process of purchasing and paying for extra shipping. Kumba takes off for just a second, and which is good because Ping's not leaning on him, so. How long have you been playing the drum? My lips.
Sorry, what?
Sorry. My mouth is just like, I don't think you need to say this.
No.
Exactly. How long have you been playing the drum?
Couple of years. It's not just playing drum, it's drum dancing.
Oh, you even said that. I'm sorry. No, you're right. Cool.
Aiden will look it up. I'm going to keep working on my dance, so I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Stoneclaw bobbed her muzzle in approval.
Good luck.
Thank you. And he'll trot off.
Kumba comes back with his messenger bag over his neck and flops it to the ground. And he starts digging in there a bit. And you hear him go, ha! And he comes up with a bottle in his jowls. And he starts walking over to Telate. And he kind of sits at attention squarely at it and goes, here.
She takes the bottle and looks at it. What is this?
It's a drink. It is my olive branch to you.
It means it's a sign of peace.
Right. She just opens the bottle, sniffs it.
It smells sweet, but there's an arid thing, like it might have spirits in it. And he goes, it's cider. It's really sweet cider, but cider nonetheless.
Stoneclaw has leaned about to snuffle it as well before settling back again.
She lets Stoneclaw snuffle because she is interested in it, and then she puts the cork or whatever is on top of the bottle back on it. So she closes the bottle again, hands it back.
She handed it
Alcohol
back.
ruins my people.
And he nods at that, like, and he opens up his mouth.
Give it to Fiona.
And he grabs it and goes back to the bag and puts it back in. And he starts digging into it again. And you hear him make a biting noise and pulls out another bottle and comes back and places it down. No spirits in this.
She looks a little confused, but picks up the bottle again, or the other bottle, and sniffs as she opens it up, sniffs again on it.
There's assisting snuffs. Again, very briefly, because Stoneclaw can't help herself.
Yeah. It smells of cherry and apple, and it smells really sweet. But it doesn't have that arid or stinging smell that comes from fermentation or mixture of alcohol.
And she seems to think on this for a moment, and slowly brings the bottle to her mouth and takes a sip.
Basically tastes like candy almost. It's really sweet. It's not too sweet to be overpowering, but it's definitely something to get your attention.
And she takes a couple of sips and then hands it to Ping.
Ping gives her a nod of thanks and also takes a couple of sips, and then she's going to hold it out for Stoneclaw.
Stoneclaw is immediately puzzled by this situation. She just kind of opens her mouth and lolls her tongue out. She baby birds it like a boss.
Yeah, exactly. Ping is going to very carefully pour it out for Stoneclaw.
Yep, she like laps it out of the air like a tard. Just straight up like yum yum yum. It seems very content. Sugar. I like sugar.
Ping actually is going to hold it out in case Kuma wants some to offer him the same thing, kind of turning it into a...
Kumba shakes his head a bit and goes back to the bag and pulls out his apple, and he kind of looks sad, and he starts eating on the apple, and then he kind of recognizes, wait, and puts the apple back. Yeah. And goes back to Ping. Yeah, give me the bottle. Okay. And he sounds like mad, like he's not mad at you, but he's not.
I'm going to perception him. Those earlier 4 successes were for Talate. Oh, man.
Oh.
Tell me all your feelings, Kumba.
Definitely feel for him like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to eat it because Smile says I eat too much like prey, and even Olaf says I need to try to eat more like Wolf, but he likes apples, and that was also his last apple, and he can't eat it.
Latte will walk into the female's cabin to get out 2 bowls so they can actually pour some of the drink in a bowl for both Kumbhakarna and Stoneclaw.
Yeah. And Kumba will look at Talante like, you could pour a bowl for Stoneclaw. Just gave me the bottle. I have a lot of practice at this.
You need to learn how to wolf. You need to learn what it's like to be Lupus. Lupus don't drink from bottles.
And he looks a little pathetic, but he perks up his ears like, yeah, you're right.
So she pours about half of the bottle into the 2 bowls. That's one for Stoneclaw and one for Kumbhakarna.
And Kumba will start looking at it. And you hear him a little bit under his breath, like must make bowl with tongue.
Yeah, I bet drinking in lupus is actually really hard to learn, now that you mention it. I feel like that'd be one of those things that would take a while. Like running, I got this. Drinking, fuck me.
Yeah, I have to use my tongue as basically a spoon, so he's not used to doing that. Like,
Platine will point towards Stoneclaw. Learn from her.
mhm.
Look at her. Look, don't talk. Look.
And he does look. What is Stoneclaw doing? Oh, she. I know. And honestly, you assumed this because she's so big. She just breathes in the drink anyways. Doesn't actually lick it up. Hmm.
You need to stop thinking. Just act. Just do. You think too much. You think on how to do things. Don't think. Just do. Your body knows. You need to shut down your thoughts.
Thank you, Miss Lee.
Miss
And
what?
I think it's like it's another human thing. It's from a famous fighter. That's one of his lines. Don't think, feel. And I'm gonna do a charisma expression for this. He botches it, but he tries to make like a wavy motion with his paws, and it just looked utterly ridiculous. And he definitely make a bit of an ass of himself.
I'm just saying what everybody else is saying. You immediately turn it into some kind of human thing. It's not. It's a thing because it's a thing. And the fact that you turn it into a movie means that you're still talking and thinking and not acting.
Are you telling him to think before he speaks, or are you telling him to do what he's
I'm
urged
telling
to?
him, yes, he needs to act. If he has to be taught how to be a Garu, then he needs to learn how to act.
I thought my issue was being too headstrong a few days ago. Aim's looking at the bowl.
Headstrong is also thinking.
Don't worry about it, Kumba. Everybody thinks they're going to tell the Bonars how to be.
No, she has a point. If I want to look more appealing to the rest of the tribe, or the rest of the set, I should be more wolfish. But I also do know, and he looks at Talate, that, as I said, we are different. The Wendigo treat the tribes differently as much as the Fianna does to the Silver Fangs, to the Bonars. The main thing is that we have cooperation and understanding, at least to a point that we don't try to kill each other, as we have proven today. And it continue licks.
Ping busies herself with her phone.
And as he gets done with the ball, he goes, Talante, I will never know what it means to be you, what it means to be a Wendigo, heck, what it means to be a woman or a Metis. But I hope you can at least show me what it does mean so I can have a better understanding of how to, cooperate with you.
I am trying, but you are not Wendigo.
No.
You don't know, you don't feel, you don't understand what we have seen and what we have done, and what we are fighting.
I don't. And I'm not going to pretend that I do. I just know what I've been told. You have been wrong, and you have been wrong unjustly so. You deserve to be angry and frustrated. I just hope it doesn't blind you.
If you know, then why don't you act?
Well, because I was apparently told that I'm supposed to stay here and not look for ways to help. And Stoneclaw, and I think she said he went to Smiles, right? And he looks over to Stoneclaw.
Yes.
They will be on the search, and
Have
once
already looked. Must
Sorry,
make a report
what
to
did you say?
Wormflow.
Sorry, will you say that again? I missed it.
Oh, sorry. She said, have already looked. Need to make report to Wormflow. AKA still waiting for the blue booking for Max.
good. Then hopefully he'll put on the whiteboard. Then me and Teresa and Hotfix, or me or Teresa, will hopefully get on that and help with the search.
Should be narrowed down. Should be easier to find and bring back.
And he looks up to Talate. I would prefer for you to come. She's your sister. You deserve to be there.
She. Damn it, all the subterfuge.
Be
2 again.
I matched. So
Here goes the defender.
yeah, it goes to defender. So
Being is useless.
She nods. Right.
like I know I'm not you, but I know what it's like to know, especially to see your sister in danger. And I have 2. And it was really scary what almost could have happened to them if I wasn't there.
Ping nudges Kumba and starts to stand up, kind of brushing herself off. Well, Talate, it'll be probably a week before I get the drum, if everything goes well. But I'll bring your shoes tomorrow, and we'll see about the clothes.
My family's nearby. We have some hand-me-downs we could give to her. I just have to. Well, somebody's got to make a phone call because he puts up his paws.
She
Probably
glances at
too
Talate.
big. Probably too big anyway.
No, they're about the similar size as you are. The women in my family aren't too big. Well, and he goes, no, that's inappropriate to talk about. But yeah, they're not that tall.
Right.
I mean, I can have you something for tomorrow. I can have you something this afternoon if you don't care what it's made out of.
I do care.
She nods.
Yeah. Just don't give her anything that looks like she's going clubbing, because that would be really awkward.
Don't worry, I would not do that to you. She's talking to Latte.
I'm not planning to club seals. There are no seals here. How can I go clubbing?
And Kuba just chuckles at that. It's again a human thing. It's a term referring to a place that humans go to called a club. It's like a meeting hall for entertainment.
He means nothing too fancy. Nothing eye-catching. I mean,
She
unless
looks
you-
mostly confused at this.
To be fair, Stoneclaw is echoing her expression, albeit on wolf face.
Unless you want to look super fancy, but I think you'd rather just blend in. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back around. Good to see you all. Thank you for the cider, Kumbhakarna.
He nods at that. Actually, I probably should call my parents to see if they can bring me more, since I'm not supposed to leave. And starts digging at the ground.
You want me to call them for you?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it's not my mom that answers. Like, yeah, use your phone, because yeah, that's good. Use your phone. And he's like actually rambling a bit.
Well, no. I mean, does your mom know about you? No. Does she know you're a Garu?
And she was always worried about me back in high school. So hearing a female voice might give her the wrong idea.
Well, I'm not too worried. I have a boyfriend. I can tell her that we're friends and you can confirm it later.
Yes, woof woof bark.
I think you might have cut out. I didn't quite hear whether the mom knows that he's a Garu.
Oh yes, his parents are kinfolk.
Okay. So if I tell them that you're getting in touch with your wolf side, they'll understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Then I don't need to, I can just tell them I'm another Garu and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Grab me the phone. If the number's on there, I'll take care of it for you.
And he goes into his den and comes out with a small burner phone. I got it out of my pocket in the den because Smiles wasn't in there, so though that was really awkward. And places it down.
She, will go through his phone, and if he's got a number that's like mom,
Yeah, one says mom, one says father.
she takes them both. You want me to call them both?
One of them should pick up, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. I'll let him know and say you've asked for cider.
And he kind of beams at that. And he goes, thank you.
Of course. Absolutely. Might be a little awkward, but I've had worse. Do you have an address for them?
Oh, from them? And he tells it to her. It's south from here, about probably 10 miles out.
She plugs it in her phone and saves it, because if she's asking for cider, she's going to send a thank you present. And once she's got that, she stands up and stretches and nods to them all. I'll see you around.
Bye, Ping.
And Plotine will raise her her head again, and then realizes that this was not what Ping wanted, so stops. Very confused at that, actually. Ping, Raya, till later.
She nods. Till later.
Stoneclaw just kind of laps her tongue idly a couple times in her direction.
She just grins at Stoneclaw, and then she waves and heads off to go do a bunch of blue booking of all the money she's spending today. See you guys later.
Kumba will look at Stoneclaw and goes, Stoneclaw, I need you at attention real quick. I have a very important task for you.
Her ears perk. She doesn't move, but her ears have perked. It's a step.
I would like you to stand up, please.
She kind of glances to Salate, so if she is leaning on her, she has a chance to, sit up properly.
She will.
And she'll lumber up to her feet, kind of heave herself up.
And he paws himself over there and goes, I need to stand right over here, and starts pawing at the ground right next to him.
She tilts her head faintly, but lumbers down the stairs. Finally plops her paws where he's been scratching.
And goes, all right, are you ready for my task?
She looks puzzled.
Don't worry, it's not too hard, and I bet you'll have a very good time. We are going to race.
She kind of turns her head this way, that way. Where?
And he points at a tree, a few yards out. There, to that tree.
Yes. Let me pull up my sheet so I can make my rolls. How many rounds worth of running are we doing?
It's not a big thing. It's actually kind of how I wanted to end the scene with them
Oh,
racing.
okay. Sweet. Well, then very well. Have fun eating her dirt. Them long strides, though. So she just kind of stands there and eventually kind of looks over at him. When do we start?
And he looks at Talate. Can you count? Well, yeah, you can. Count to 3, please.
1, 2, 3.
And he
Scramble. Dirt everywhere. Massive clouds. Outrageous long ground-eating strides. And as they kick up a veritable whirlwind of dust, taking off at a mad scramble for this tree, Stoneclaw will be doing so naturally with the tongue lolling out the side of her face, because you gotta be graceful. And so as these two tear off and leave Tulate probably looking somewhere between entertained and annoyed, it's usually hard to tell. We will say thank you, players for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.